This is TV18. And you're watching CNBC.
Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us on India. All right, amidst all the global gloom, India reports strongest hiring intentions globally. We touch base with TeamLease now to discuss the findings. Many thanks, Sangeeta, for joining us on CNBC TV18. You know, your report says that and it's actually a collation of the trends that you've seen over the last 5 years at TeamLease. You say that 1 million jobs have actually been created in the last 5 years in India, but the data doesn't reveal the entire truth, does it?
I think we are definitely better off than, one, globally, what is happening today in terms of job losses, and two, even relative to what happened during recession, we are definitely far better off. Today what's happening is that I think Indian corporates, be it those who are dependent on the domestic or on an international market, are a lot more cautious. So, for example, I mean, you know, I was just reading an article about a major biscuit-making company which laid off its employees not because it was taking off talent or rolling out pink slips, but it was just a productivity-based, a call that they were taking. So I think from that aspect what's happened is that corporate India has been a lot more cautious in both their hirings and in their replacements when they have an attrition or a new hiring that is being called for, because nobody really wants to go back to the case where you know, they've had to roll out pink slips or just delay projects to no end. So that's more in the organized sector, but yes, what you say is true in the unorganized sector, because that's where you feel the heat the most. I mean, end of the day, that's what I started saying, and saying that, you know, this is really casual employment or hidden unemployment, end of the day. So the ones who are hit the first are generally the completely unorganized setup, because they have no voice to go to. I mean, today the unions in corporate India are really supporting that 7% of the organized unemployment. It's not like they are supporting the unorganized employment that exists in the country.
Sure. Sangeeta, one of the other interesting things that your report shows up is that in the past 5 years, there's actually been a shrinkage of 21 million jobs in the female population, and I found that really interesting. Do you see any chances that we're going to see an improvement on this figure?
I would hope so. I think, obviously, I would hope so. But you know, the sad part is that there is women coming into the job market is still today seen as being an outsider in the job market. For example, we give, I mean, TeamLease specializes in search, in senior, junior, temp, all kinds of hirings and the whole employment and employability scenario. Today what happens is that women are immediately tagged off as being the outsider in the job market. Therefore, they are coming into the job market, be it for various reasons, you know, right from the education component, being from their family reasons to get into the job market, or a break in the family, marriage, childbirth, all of that. So I would really hope that going forward, one, there is larger focus on the employability, on the vocational training of girls, of women today, and secondly, today the current youth or the female youth that is coming up in the market really sees an opportunity to becoming entrepreneurs tomorrow. By the time they are in their 30s and 40s, becoming entrepreneurs or actually going up the ladder to add to that component.
So, Sangeeta, given the indicators that you're getting currently, because, you know, everybody's talking about the slowdown and the impact across various sectors in India, but given the indicators that you're getting, you don't see any large-scale layoffs or any large-scale, doling out of pink slips at this point in time?
Not really. I would say that, though I would still say that for a lot of people, I think it's important to still hold on to your job, because what will happen is that it's going to be the average and the slightly below average performers who are going to definitely come under the radar. Yes, there will not be large-scale pink slips, because earlier what happened was, even if you were a performer, you were on the job for the last maybe 3 to 5 years, you still did not have a job security at the time of recession. But today, what is going to happen is that it is going to go bottom up, in the sense that it is there's going to be more focus on productivity, on your last 6 months to 1 year of performance, on whether to see whether you are part of the critical mass that should carry the train forward or not. So I think it's important today for employees and for all of us to still hold on and show our real performance and productivity. Then I think definitely it's going to be a little better than what it was before.
Well, that's of course the job scenario with, well, hiring still continuing, so some hope for job seekers. Well, as we roll to the end of India Business Afternoon.
This is TV18. And you're watching CNBC.